How to master the mind without meditating. Now that's the title of this video, and by you clicking on it, that shows that how curious you are to find out the answer to this question. So without further ado, we'll delve right into it. How to master the mind without meditating. Is such a thing possible? Now, we know that meditation is usually regarded as the act of sitting in a fixed position to quiet one's mind over a duration of time. However, most of us are not really aware of true meditation, which is a living, dynamic thing. It is not a stationary or fixed action. It is a part of life, for it recognizes the whole of life. It's only thought, which is our memory, that intervenes on this flow of life. Now, by understanding this, we have to go into thought and its dynamic. Thought is the articulation of the past, meaning that thought translates the knowledge that we have onto the present. The present is a living, dynamic, sporadic thing. It is in a constant state of change. It is not fixed. This very functioning action is meditation. To truly live presently, without the shadow of the past tainting the present. At least not in an imbalanced fashion. We rarely, seldom ever have quiet or peace of mind, quiet in the mind. But we can have quiet in the mind by maintaining stillness. Stillness from the activity of thought. Because the activity of thought is solely the past. And the past is not present. Yes, we may perceive the past presently, but the past itself is done, finished, gone, over with, dead. It is not alive, it is dead. What we need to realize is this. The more that we hold on to the past, which is the knowledge that we have, and the thoughts that articulates this past knowledge is the factor that keeps us bounded into the past in our minds, psychologically, when we should be living totally, entirely present, because the present is all we have. We're in the present, moving forward. The present is a constant progressive movement. It is not going back. It's only going forward into the unknown. That's just something to marinate on for a little while. So now we ask the question, how to master one's mind without meditating? Simple. Be totally attentive to your thinking. Do not misidentify yourself as the thoughts that you are having, because the thoughts that we have, like we mentioned before, is the past. Therefore, we have a belief that holds the past together. For instance, I have to give some sort of example. Take the memory of being insulted by someone at the job. Someone says something smart out the mouth or disrespectful, whatever. And now that event, from that person saying whatever they said to you, has then become a mark in the mind, which is your memory of that event. That mark then reanimates itself in your mind as the thinking about that event. The thinking about that event is psychologically holding on to that event. So, in order to be free from that, in order to just cease that activity when it happens, you must remain attentive. You have to be attentive to the psychological activity that's going on. Like, say that instant or that event happened last week and we're here today, and you start thinking about what happened, and then the emotions start to build up. Oh, they made me so angry, what they said. You have to catch yourself in the exact moment when the thoughts are articulating themselves in the mind, in the current present space. Understand? We have to always be constantly aware and attentive. Attention is the key. Attention to the activity of the thought, because the attention brings forth the recognition that, oh, I'm holding on to this thought, which is the past. Let me drop it right here, right now. And then you go, oh, what if when I do drop it and it just comes back, the thoughts come back? You do it again. You keep doing it over and over and over until it becomes a habitual tendency, second nature. That's the trick. That's the key to mastering your mind without meditation. Because to be honest, that very action of recognizing the activity of thought is meditation. Being in that constant state of attention. That's the key. Holding on to one's attention, not the activity of thoughts. Being totally attentive of your environment and what's happening within yourself. That's what life is about. Responding intelligently to situations. Responding accordingly. Not always being enslaved to impulses. Not always being enslaved to thoughts and memories. Yes, we need memory in order to function properly in this world, but the excessive usage of it is what brings about our anxiety, our stress, our continued suffering, unnecessary suffering. So understand that and meditate on this content for as long as you wish.